Trump to China, take it or leave it. We got a little time to get the camera right. Okay, I think we can work with that. Y'all ready? I am, as y'all can see. Let's see if he's ready. Any day now. And bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling. Any day now. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. One more time. And we gotta wake up those paws. We gotta wake up those paws because I'm happy long make you feel like a room without a room. Cause I'm clap along if you feel like happiness is for you. Cause I'm happy. Why am I happy? Cause it's pump that beat. Friday the 13th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. Yes, y'all. It's Friday the 13th. Chill, 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 chill. Kill, 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 kill. What's up, y'all? We made it another day. I'm so happy. Who we got up in the building? I see Mark Dorfman is up in here first. We got Batty Lynn. She got a coffee. You already know she's ready up in here from Detroit. We got Rebecca from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You already know where Rebecca's from. Who else we got? We got Job for 9. Hey, everyone. How y'all doing? We got Job 4 that already tapped in and gave that $10 super chat. Y'all see it flying all around right there, right? Y'all go ahead and thank Job for 9 because they're not playing. They're starting off early. And hopefully you'll fall in line and do the same thing. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. You never know when these days are gonna come to an end. It could be surprises. We might not be able to wake up the next day and I might not be here and one of us may not. So you know what, guys, I really gotta take this time out to let you know how much I really appreciate you guys for what we're doing with the show and how much you guys are receptive to it. And I really think that I really hope that you like the work that we've been putting into the show to get it where it is right now, as well as to forge forward and get us to that 100,000 subscribers. That's right, y'all. We're trying to get to 100,000 and we can't wait. But you know what we like to do first, right? We like to work to get to that. All right, everybody. Who else we got up in the building? Let me just go ahead and shout some more people out that we haven't seen in a while. We got VIP Auction Group up in the building. We got Natalie Georgievich. Good morning. Here is everyone. How is everyone? We got, who else we got? No, Natalie says, Betty, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Natalie saying what's up to everybody. Everybody saying what's up. Hi, VIP. Everybody know what time it is, right? It's time for me to get to work. It's time for me to get busy on this clip because I got at least about, not going to tell you the number because it's always a secret, but we got a full clip today, you guys. An entire full clip, and we're gonna definitely run it up. Hope you guys are ready, got your coffee and everything set up. It is Friday morning. Do me a favor also, if this audio is not working out, let me know early. I will turn the dial up and make sure that the audio is good. Please do me that favor, Batty, everybody, do your boy that favor. Let me know how our audio is sounding this morning. I appreciate that, you guys. Also, without any further ado, let's get into these titles. What we got here? We got Trump to China. Take it or leave it. As you guys know that they were negotiating back and forth, Trump is basically saying the deal is basically set. It's already set. But now they're just hoping that they can go ahead and ink it. They're putting in a few precautions just to make sure that everybody's abiding by what's in the agreement. And yes, it's going to be pretty good. Let's keep moving forward, you guys, because we have much more. We've got breaking: Air India plane crashes after takeoff with hundreds of people on board. We have a lot of coverage about the Air India Dreamliner that basically crashed. It's a terrible situation, you guys. We've got a lot of coverage on that, so we definitely want to hurry up and get into the videos and get into the clips. Okay, you guys, we got to keep on moving forward because we have a heavy thumbnail this morning. We've got President Trump, who describes his plans of putting an end to FEMA. That's right. I know you guys have been hearing about this for a long time. I guess after this year and this term, not this term, but I guess with a certain amount of time, they have a limit on FEMA, and they're going to be dispersing the monetary to the states in order to take care of disasters and things of that nature. We have to keep moving on because last but not least, what do we have here? We got a man trying to escape from the police. He mistakenly runs onto a maximum security prison. Imagine that. And the next thing you know, you thought you got away, you run onto a prison. And now you got to deal with all of the high security dogs. Oh my God, do we have a lot in the clip? Yes, we do. What do we got to get right into in the beginning of this? We've got to get into President Trump as he basically is roasting Gavin Newsom, and he brought a few receipts to basically say, get your A in gear. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And like I always tell you, you know what I'm going to say if you've been here before. What am I going to say? You guys already know, right? I'm going to tell you to keep on tapping it and letting me know where you're tapping in from so that we can get information from your city, state, country, and make sure that the content is always relevant. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Let's do it. Glad we had another one. It's Friday morning. Act like it, y'all. Let's go.
Newsom trying to kill the auto industry.
Oh, he was killing the auto industry. I don't think he knew. He knew it. I think he's a guy who he's just got a faulty thought process. You look at that train. The train is the most. I've seen people, stupid people, with cost overruns for years. I've watched where something would cost twice as much or 3 times, but this thing is costing 20 times more. It's the most incredible disaster I've ever seen. That's one. The cars are just as bad. Everything's bad. And now you have this situation. So his own sheriff, who's a good man, by the way, said 2 days ago, 3 days ago, that we could not have done this without the military. They were going to take over this whole, they couldn't have done it. Now, today they got him to change his tune. He said, oh, I think we could have handled it. You know, so sad. He was so honest. I was using his quote all over the place that they got him to change. But he knows. Los Angeles would be right now burning to the ground, just like the houses burned to the ground. It's so sad what's going on in Los Angeles. Think of it. They had a fire that should have never had because they should have listened to me in the water. Eventually, we broke in and we had the water come down from the Pacific Northwest. I could show you pictures now with the half pipes, the big half pipes coming all the way down California. Water, so much water. They don't have any droughts. They don't have any. They have so much water. They sent it all out to the Pacific Ocean for 20 years. So ridiculous. And we got them to take it now. But what they do and what they're doing, this is a big problem. And what they really want to do is keep criminals because they're trying to protect criminals. Sanctuary cities are a disaster in this country. And most of the voters don't want them. Politicians like them for whatever reason, but I think the politicians are wrong. That's why we won in such a convincing fashion. We won all 7 swing states. We won by millions of votes. We won 2,750 districts as opposed to 505. That's why when you look at the map, it's almost all red. It's got 2 little blue stripes on each side of it. It's almost all red. But now you have to, I always got along with Gavin. I like Gavin. I've liked him always. He said, I never called him. You know, they asked him a question on Fox, I guess. I never spoke to him. He doesn't remember the call. He doesn't remember. I never spoke. And then I produced a phone call. I had it. It took me about 2 minutes. I said, well, here's the call. It lasted 16 minutes and 4 seconds. And it was at 12:30 in the evening. I actually made a call, didn't pick up. I called him a second time, and he picked up. And I told him, I said, you have to get your ass in gear because you're going to have a problem there. And he would have. If we didn't bring the military in, you would have right now something. And I went through it because I followed the rules 100%. And I watched in Minnesota where you have the man who ran for vice president of the United States. Fortunately, he was a disaster. But he wouldn't call in the National Guard. And I eventually called in the National Guard, but it was seven days late. I said, I'll never do that again. I'm never going to, if I see problems brewing, if they're not going to do the problem, I'm not going to wait 2 weeks. Because that city, Minneapolis, burned down. If you remember the CNN anchor, he was standing there saying, yes, this is a peaceful rally. And behind him, the entire city was on fire.
Got to keep on moving forward, you guys, because we have a couple of people that have a few words for Governor Gavin Newsom. I guess a lot of people seem to be fed up with the governor. I don't know if you guys from LA, Los Angeles, who are from out there, are you fed up with Gavin Newsom and your mayor? Because John Voight had a few selective words for Gavin Newsom. Want to know if you guys saw that? Check this out, you guys. Check it out. Want you guys to see what Mr. Voight had to say. You don't know who Mr. Voight is? Well, I think he's going to make himself known right now. Check this out. John Voight, you guys. Comments on Gavin Newsom.
You're a fool blaming Trump. What are you doing for this destruction of these animals destroying Los Angeles? Are you there talking calmly with them, you fool? They would burn you down like they're burning the cars and the American flag with no regard for humanity. This is not about Trump. This is about protecting the people from these animals and criminals trying to destroy us. And our police force, are they supposed to stand there, let rocks hit them and kill them? Who's going to save them? You? President Trump called in the National Guard and the Marines to help with these destructive, barbaric riots. All you do is cause chaos for the people. You're a disgrace. You're nothing but a lying dog for the hopes of becoming the president one day. And God is my witness, truth will prevail because of your faults and your incompetence for California's failures. We the people, I stand with Donald Trump to make this state great again. For we the people choose Donald Trump to save America, and we're in danger with threats from terrorists now. And we must protect our country. This has now become good against evil. And evil will lose because our President of the United States of America was sworn in to protect this nation's greatest gifts: freedom, safety, prosperity. And he will, because he is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. And we the people stand with this nation's honor and respect and with the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. God bless.
Okay, that's Mr. Voight right there. That's John Voight. Y'all don't know who John Voight is. Y'all need to go ahead and Google that man. Oh my God, Anaconda, he had me scared to do. I was scared to death for John Voight and Anaconda. Thought he was he didn't even care about the snakes after a while. Then he went down in the water like, y'all remember that, right? John Voight, Anaconda, bunch of other stuff too. What else y'all got? What y'all got for me? No, I'm sorry. I got to keep on going here because India right now is really, okay, we got liberty and justice. That's 199. No help for fires now. Please get out Newsom. Thank you so much for that super chat. We got to go to India right now because we got this horrifying moment where Air India plane, yes, it crashed into a fireball in seconds. Please forgive my volume. Certain things it's really hard for me to say because I feel what's going on under my vocal tones. And just knowing this amount of people are no longer with us, it really bothers me, you guys. I'm gonna try to keep on pushing through. Try to keep on pushing. Of course, it's not like I can't. I'm actually able to, whereas they're not. Let's go on over to India with this Airbus, this Air Dreamliner is what they were calling it. We can see the actual takeoff and yes, the puff of smoke afterward. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner exploded in a fireball after crashing in the city of Ahmedabad in western. Huge clouds of thick black smoke were seen pouring from the impact site, reported to be in a residential area. The plane is thought to have been carrying 242 passengers, a crew which has crashed near Sardar. The U.S. built a Boeing 787, one of the world's most modern airlines, is flying through the sky. So this is people on the ground. They were going from Ahmedabad to London. They were an Air Boeing 787 Dreamliner, similar to the one that crashed. That's what it is. The airliner was reported to have gotten difficulties just moments after taking off when it reached the altitude of just 600 feet. Footage showed panic at the civil hospital. Yeah, following this. This is the civil hospital right here afterward. We actually got a little more footage of that. We have a couple more clips from different directions and different angles. We have this one right here where it's what we know about the Dreamliner. This is after the fact of what happened and the damage and chaos that it caused.
Let's bring in transportation reporter Sam Sweeney and ABC News contributor and aviation analyst John Nance. Sam, any sense of what went wrong here?
Diane, it's way too early to speculate on this, but this was not a nosedive. This plane had just taken off. We've seen videos circulating on social media showing it almost looks like it's landing. It's coming down at roughly 500 feet per second on a glide scope, so not a nosedive. The landing gear was still down. This signifies some sort of loss of power. And of course, we now know that the captain did make some sort of a mayday call, but then that was it, and we did not hear what the issue may have been. So now investigators are going to rush to the scene, they're going to pull those black boxes, and they're going to go through the data. They're going to see what was going on that plane, what were the inputs, where were the flaps, what were the engine power settings, was there something that was put into the engine, into the computer system that was bad data, that maybe the engines simply didn't have enough power. Or was there some problem with the engines?
Now that he said power, I want you guys to feast your eyes on a terrible situation from a video that one of the passengers created while he was on the plane. Of course, I hope that this passenger is probably still with us because they still have not determined the magnitude of casualties as well as people that are hurt. But there was one person, yes, he was making a video and he's saying the video is not coming on. The air conditioner is not working. There was no air, there was no light inside of the entire airplane, the entire cabin. Check this out, you guys. This is footage from inside as one of the persons that was on this plane showed what was going on before they took off.
We are almost about to taxi.
Nothing is working. Passenger post viral video of doomed plane.
Everyone. And it's so many people there.
They fanning themselves because no AC.
AC is not working.
No power for the AC.
And as usual, your TV screens are also not working.
Screens are not working.
Neither this.
That's not working.
Calling the cabin crew. Nothing is working.
Hours before the crash, he went viral showing this.
This is what you are providing. And as usual, that is why Air India is considered as one of the worst airlines in the world. AC is still not working, and today it is very, very, very hot in Delhi.
Who traveled the aircraft for a different flight earlier in the day, claimed the air. I can't get it, I'm sorry, you guys. But basically, this is one of the passengers talking about the way the screens are not working, monitors, and no AC.
I'm sweating like hell.
There's children crying in the back.
15 minutes, nothing happened. Remote isn't working. None.
So now, of course, you know, you would never want to put yourself in a place like that or a situation like that. But yeah, that's when everybody needs to be like, yeah, we need to get up off here. Even if I get arrested and you guys want to put me in, it's time for me to cause a scene. Yeah, it's time for me to cause a scene. I'm going to be Ken at that time. Yeah, that's when you do that, because you can't just be calm and wait for them to say, you know, oh, we're about to taxi and take off. No, it's time for me to get arrested because I need to get up off this plane. And this way, if anybody else want to get arrested, they can come on and get up off here too. No jokes or nothing like that. But yeah, I would not have probably tried to continue taking that flight right there. What else we got right here? What we got in the comments, guys? Good morning from Jeffrey. We got, there's one survivor. Yes, only the one somehow he seated near the door and managed to jump off. Okay, what's up with all of these planes dropping out of the skies? We got that from Merc 336. How you doing? Ain't hear from you in a minute. Elm says truth coming out. You see that, right? I bet the plane ate some Indian seafood. Okay, whatever. Jeremy, the one survivor said he heard a loud bang before the plane began to descend. In the weeks prior, India had bombed multiple terrorist training camps in Pakistan. Air India flights have been targeted before. Oh, okay. Nah, that wasn't a joke. I was just being serious, y'all. I'm not playing with that. When it come down to planes, I'm very serious and I'm not playing. I will get arrested for that. Take me up off here. I'm not playing. We're going to keep on moving forward because I had to stack 3 whole back-to-backs. And the last one that I showed you guys, I think that was the most important because this sadly shows you the people that were on that flight. And if you guys are saying there were only one survivor, you heard though there was other people in the background. That's a terrible situation. And we pray for the families as well as the souls of the people that lost their lives on the land, as well as whoever they crashed into. We ask you to have their families in your hands and accept them into heaven in Jesus' name. We pray that this happens. Amen. And we're going to keep on moving forward. It's a bad situation. And something that's we can't do anything about. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to start checking into the planes, seeing how bad it was. And that training plane just went out of the sky the other day, the skydiving plane that was from 1957. Like, why are they still flying these planes? There needs to be one group of people that go around the entire world checking on planes, a non-biased group. And if something is wrong with it, y'all can't fly that. Call us what you want. Your airline may have to go out of business, but so what? We're going to keep on moving forward because we got to talk about Johnson, who literally rolls his eyes. Yes, Mike Johnson rolls his eyes when he hears the name Maxine Waters and basically what she's claiming about the LA protests. We're going to keep on moving forward. You guys, let's get it. Let's get into this right now. Let's keep going. We got to keep on going. We got to stack this deck. Sad situation. Let's go.
What is the administration's response to Mexican President Sheinbaum's refusal to condemn the riots in LA? And does this affect President Trump's relationship with Sheinbaum?
I don't know. You have to ask the White House that. I mean, I gotta handle our affairs over here. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What is your reaction to Congresswoman Maxine Waters repeatedly saying that there has been no violence in the LA riots? And do you believe that Democrats are making a mistake by not talking about what's really going on here?
Clearly, the Democrats are making a mistake by taking the wrong side here, and I'm just going to, in my southern gentlemanly way, say bless her heart. Maxine Waters. I don't even know how to comment on Maxine Waters anymore. It's madness. I'm going to be charitable and leave it right there. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So new reporting suggests that no tax.
Okay, y'all, we got to keep on moving forward because now we got our president basically sending major shots at these mayors and letting them know they're going to have to take it or leave it because, yes, sanctuary cities, you guys are, no, let me not talk about it because you guys are going to think I'm taking sides on this. Trump sends major warning shots. Take it or leave it. He's talking to the mayors here. Let's go.
Trump says a trade deal with China has been reached. It's going to be a big win for both sides.
We made a great deal with China. We're very happy with it. we have everything we need, and we're going to do very well with it, and hopefully they are too. That was a very big one.
Co-host of the Big Money Show on our sister network, Fox Business, Taylor Riggs joins me now. Taylor, always great to have you.
Likewise.
Is this it, or is this more of like a trade deal disguised as a negotiation, or negotiation disguised as a trade?
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit more on the latter of that. I don't think it's 1,000% a done deal. Remember, both Trump and Xi have to sign off on this, given the framework that they have looked at all week in London. And they've said this framework is a lot based on the Geneva talks that we just had a few months ago. So one thing I like about this, very easy to trace shipments of rare earth minerals to us, semiconductor shipments from us to them. If they renege on our promise, very easy to track, easier than tracking how they depreciate their yuan or other non-tariff barriers. What I don't like about this is that means we're sending semiconductor chips, maybe NVIDIA H20 chips, which they have had before. But again, it's hard to know that we are sending them the great American technology, all because we need rare earth minerals, and we have them here in the US. We've just been blocked from environmentalists and others from mining them. So I vote, let's get the Department of Defense to start mining these rare earth minerals to get us stop being so reliant on China based on this one thing.
Or at least find another country in the interim that can supply us these rare earth minerals, because I can't believe every single one of these rare earth minerals is only under the soil in China. And
Okay, also, we got to keep moving forward now because President Trump is saying, okay, let me get it. What we got over here? We got this other situation where Trump protesters at the military parade, the force that they have, they're saying that it will not be tolerated. Yeah, I fixed my bow tie. I know it's a little crooked. I got it. See how fast that was? And guess what I did? I turned your joke into a mirror, and now it's good. But guess what? I bet you don't look this good in the text. Ha ha! Get him! Boom! Let's go! Ha ha! Let's go. Y'all can't be playing with the troll. I'm King Troll over here. Y'all want it? Let's go. Y'all lucky I'm busy right now because I'll be all up on the top of your dome looking like Home Alone over there.
as thousands of U.S. troops stand guard on the streets of Los Angeles, the Trump administration facing new scrutiny over the president's decision to deploy the National Guard and active duty Marines in response to immigration protests. In a combative congressional hearing Tuesday,
active duty military has absolutely no role in domestic law enforcement.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth sparring with Democrats over the administration's legal justification for the deployment.
The governor of the California has failed to protect his people.
Pressed on the price tag, the Pentagon's chief financial officer estimating the deployment would cost $134 million. Hegseth also suggesting the president's use of troops inside the U.S. could expand.
I think we're entering another phase, especially under President Trump with his focus on the homeland, where the National Guard and Reserves become a critical component of how we secure that homeland.
It comes just days ahead of another show of military might, with a massive parade marking the Army's 250th anniversary set for Saturday in the nation's capital. It is also President Trump's 79th birthday.
We're going to be celebrating big on Saturday.
The president threatening anyone who plans to protest the parade, making no distinction between peaceful demonstrations protected by the First Amendment and violent.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, you guys. And here I go, me not being a Republican, me not being a Democrat, me not being an independent, me being a human being. I don't know how I feel about that protest situation, because I feel as if this is America and you're American, you should be able to protest peacefully. So Trump, you're gonna have to get my bags on that one, homeboy. See, I don't agree with everything that Trump say. Ha ha, told you. Talking about, oh, he must be a Republican. He must be a blah, blah, blah. Wrong. I'm a human being. And if you say something that has common sense and that makes sense, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna agree with you. So stop it, get my bags, meet me at the airport. I might be there, but then again, might let you just stand there looking like a thunderer. We're going to keep on moving forward because we got Carolyn Levitt right here, and she lobs shots at one of these, at Bass as well as Newsom over the LA protests and the way that they have been handling the situation. As you guys know, we've had major pushback from a lot of people that are saying it wasn't a good idea to send in the military. This wasn't a good idea. That wasn't a good idea. I actually haven't asked you guys, what do you think about sending in the military from Los Angeles? Was that a smart idea or a good idea for the administration, or was it a bad idea that escalated the situation? Simple question. You guys let me know. I'm going to read it next time I come back with this. Let's go. We got to keep on moving and stacking this deck. You guys appreciate the content. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen and get those likes up. All of those haters who were making those funny jokes, I have to say they're already gone. Because guess what? Bang! Got them out of here that fast. Keep on scrolling, keep on trolling. As long as you're respectful, we're fine. But once you start to hit below the belt, you gotta go, gotta go. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep it moving. She got a few words for you. Let's go.
How are you? Good to see you all. What we have seen transpire in Los Angeles, California in recent days is shameful. Left-wing radicals waving foreign flags viciously attacked ICE and Border Patrol agents as well as Los Angeles police officers. These criminals injured police, threw rocks at police cars and officers, burned vehicles, shut down freeways, and lobbed Molotov cocktails, all because the Trump administration was removing violent criminal illegal aliens from the city. These attacks were aimed not just at law enforcement, but at American culture and society itself. Rioters burned American flags, chanted "Death to ICE," and spray-painted anti-American slogans on buildings. But President Trump will never allow mob rule to prevail in America. The most basic duty of government is to preserve law and order, and this administration embraces that sacred responsibility. Democrats like Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass shamefully failed to meet their sworn obligations to their citizens. They didn't have the courage to do the right thing and protect law-abiding Californians from rioters. That's why President Trump deployed the National Guard and mobilized Marines to end the chaos and restore law and order. The mob violence is being stomped out. The criminals responsible will be swiftly brought to justice, and the Trump administration's operations to arrest illegal aliens are continuing unabated. When the initial immigration enforcement actions took place on June 6th, Mayor Bass took to social media to say she was deeply angered by what has taken place. Mayor Bass then embarked on one of the most outrageous campaign of lies this country has ever seen from an elected official, blaming President Trump and brave law enforcement officers for the violence.
Now it's spilling over into New York where I'm at. Yesterday, these guys got access to a parking garage, what seems to look like to me, and they actually burned 8 vehicles here. This is something that's actually just happened.
Breaking news in Brooklyn. Several cop cars were lit on fire early this morning on Myrtle Avenue in Bushwick. Let's get to Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tuckman joining us live at the scene. Lindsay, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Pedro, it was a pretty fiery scene just a few hours ago. Police that responded to the scene here say that they smelled a very heavy presence of gasoline, and you can still smell it now. And police...
Question. How is it possible for that to happen? Police precinct, parking garage, no cameras? Like I tell you guys, when it comes down to the police, even when you do something to them, it's ATF. Not alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. It's after the fact. Why in the HELL hockey sticks is the police car over there securing the gate when the cars have already been burnt to a crisp? Okay, crime scene or whatever, trying to get fingerprints. I don't think you need to block the entrance because ain't nothing over there to be stolen or nobody want to go over there. But okay, we're going to keep on moving forward.
Cruisers are parked outside of this NYPD parking lot here at the intersection. You can see that there are cop cars stationed outside as well as police officers. There are multiple lots in this area. This all after multiple cars do appear to have been set on fire. It's dark now, but just beyond this fence, you could see burnt out shells of vehicles just beyond the fencing here. Now, this all happened just after 1:30 a.m. We're a few blocks away from the 83rd precinct near DeKalb Avenue and Central Avenue. According to the NYPD NYPD, 8 marked and unmarked police vehicles, including a van, went up in flames. Again, this was just before 2 a.m. And you can see in video from early this morning, those flames shooting up from the police vehicles. Again, it was 8 NYPD cars in these multiple lots here. Now, officials say several of the vehicles also appear to have been vandalized in some way with shattered windows. A neighbor walking by this morning reacted to the news.
It's very unsettling. No one wants to live on a street that has arson happening on it. And yeah, it's very, it's unnerving for sure.
Now, at this point, the cause of those fires to those vehicles is still under investigation, but police do believe it to be a suspicious situation and are currently looking at surveillance video from the area as the
I see what you guys are saying. I see you guys saying that they have to show force, and then I see you guys in the comments are saying protocol. I get it, but again, to me, it's after the fact. I think that they need more patrol going on. How about that? The only time you see police in the neighborhoods now is when they're beeping their horn trying to get around you to go somewhere else. And that somewhere else 9 times out of 10 is not necessarily a crime scene. They have no control in New York anymore when it comes down to if they arrest you and they, like, let's say you fall or you want to sue a police officer, they have to actually have their own monetary to pay for stuff like that, which makes them nervous to do anything. I can understand on one regard, but on the main bottom line, you can't really secure or help people when you're in fear of having to deal with things like that. There are some bad apples in everywhere that we go. Police force, working in the supermarket. So we can't say that there's not. But for the good people that are working in these places, those stipulations and things like that really hurt their movement and the actions and the enforcement that they can actually help out with. Got to keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to go on. Come on, y'all. We got to go to New Orleans. We're going to Orleans where this former OPSO recruit, what's her name, Darian Burton, romantically linked to a relationship, has been booked. Watch your head. She's been booked for helping these guys get out. She set it up, helped them the whole time. It seems like all of these people that help these people get out of jail, they're going to jail too, and they're catching everybody. You wouldn't believe the people that's getting locked up for helping these New Orleans NOLA prisoners escape. Check this out.
The girlfriend of one of the Orleans Parish jail escapees played an intentional and active role in planning the escape.
Gabby Killen has details.
Authorities arrest Dariana Burton, a former Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office deputy recruit, and Derek Rowe's alleged girlfriend this morning.
The evidence is leaning toward that she aided him in escaping from Orleans Parish Prison.
U.S. Marshals arrest 28-year-old Dariana Burton for conspiracy to commit simple escape. She is one of 15 people now booked in connection with aiding the 10 inmates who broke out of the Orleans Justice Center May 16th. And she's the first person arrested and accused of helping escapee Derek Groves, a 4-time convicted killer, and her alleged boyfriend. Antoine Massey is also on the run. His sister and alleged romantic partner have both been booked.
It's a criminal act in and of itself. It's a felony. If it helps him to locate him, that would be great. To locate either him or Mr. Massey, that would really be great. We don't know that that's going to happen.
The Louisiana Attorney General's office shared court records with Fox 8 that say Groves video called Burton from inside the jail 2 days before the escape. Authorities say Burton was seen holding a second device up to the camera displaying an unknown man who joined the conversation remotely. They say that helped Groves communicate escape plans while avoiding the jail's monitored systems. Criminal defense attorney Craig Mordock says the recorded video calls could help Burton's eventual prosecution.
There would not be a lot of defense to a jail recorded video call in which she is saying or taking steps to assist in Derek Groves' escape.
Authorities say Groves had a follow-up call with both people in which the unknown man called the escape a bad move. By that point, detectives believe Burton was already working to help coordinate the jailbreak. Police called her role intentional and active. Mordock says booking her with conspiracy as opposed to an accessory charge is telling.
The conspiracy charge means that there are 2 people involved in a crime. There was an agreement, and an act in furtherance of the crime.
Court records also show a woman claims she video called Burton on the day of the escape and saw her in a car with escapee Lenton Van Buren. The woman says Burton eventually dropped Van Buren off at a home in New Orleans East. Marshals say they arrested Burton Monday on St. Peter's Street in New Orleans.
They got all of them now. It's like, all right, y'all got out. They doing their job in New Orleans. They getting them. They got 2 more that's left on the run, her boyfriend and the other one. But guess what? She locked up now. Locked up. They won't let her out. They won't let her out. She got locked up. Won't let her out. No. Tried to help her boyfriend escape jail. Didn't really work out for her. Then they came and knocked on the door. Said, no, you got to go. Turn around with your arms back. Cause we got a click clack. Put your head and watch your head before you're leaving. Cause you gotta get locked up. They won't let her out. And she had the face like this, y'all. Y'all saw that face like, what? Jawaka Tima in the house. I'ma help my boo. What's the problem with y'all? Woo! What's his name, y'all? We got to go to this right here. Mamdani gains the lead over Cuomo in mayor election. Looks like Cuomo he has a possibility of losing. So I think he might need to do some stuff in this fight right here, because we got Cuomo in New York mayoral race, the mayoral race, right? We've got another gentleman named Mamdani. Then we've got Mayor Eric Adams, who are at the front runners right now. So Mamdani seems to be making a huge lead right now. So Cuomo, you got to get your stuff together if you think that you're going to try to do something with this. Eric Adams, I don't know about you, bro, because you already used to be a Democrat. I'm talking about you wasn't able to get your Democrat whatever in. Now you're an independent. So that means you do not have the backing of the Democrats. I think you're out of there. So it's going to seem like it's going to be between these two that we may have as our next mayor. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We're going to try to stay in front of information as much as we can before it happens, developing information. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Pix 11 is your local election headquarters. New polling shows the underdog in the race for New York City mayor may now be the new leader.
The latest figures putting Zohran Mamdani ahead of former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who's considered the frontrunner. Pix 11's Julie Millay is here with the latest figures are changing, Julie.
Yeah, it could be a significant shift now 2 weeks before the Democratic primary. Good morning to both of you. This, of course, coming after Mamdani got that major endorsement from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Mamdani had emerged as a potential frontrunner earlier in the race. Now, independent polling from Politico shows the Democratic Socialist beating frontrunner Andrew Cuomo 35% to 31%. The poll was conducted last week after the candidates faced off in their first televised debate. Mamdani is known for his focus on affordability, including proposals like free bus service and rent freezes on rent-stabilized apartments. Political analyst Trip Yang says he appears to be gaining serious ground.
What this really shows is that this is a toss-up race. Andrew Cuomo can be beaten. And look, when the emperor doesn't have the full amount of clothes, to all the constellation of Democratic organizations, labor unions, activists, elected officials who don't like Andrew Cuomo, now that they see that he can be beaten, so all of them come out.
But Andrew Cuomo's campaign says not so fast. They point to a recent poll from their campaign, which still shows him winning by 12 points. That's 56% to 44%.
Okay, so I guess Democrats have a toss-up right here, and it depends on these numbers here. So what do you guys think? Are you Democrat? Are you in New York? Would you vote for Mamdani because of those freezes and the stuff that he's saying about giving back? Or would you want to go with Andrew Cuomo? Do you think that he's a better candidate? Y'all let me know in the comments. Got to move forward. What we got over here in these comments? We got Brian Pumper with a question mark. Wow, that was an old one. Man, that was at 2020, 2005. They was calling me that. Come on, man. Get something a little better. Look smart, LOL. What he said? Jane, he trying to look smart. What's that? Jay Leon. Oh, Jay Leon, you don't want to be here no more. Okay, you see that I'm working hard since 3 o'clock, pulling all of this information. You want to be all funny and all of that. So how about this? Boom! Out of here. Since you feel like I'm trying to look smart, I am a very smart individual, by the way. Actually, genius level, baby. Believe it or not, we're gonna keep it moving forward. Matter of fact, let me see what else, more stuff going on in these comments, because I got to see if I got to get somebody else up out of here. Okay, I'd vote for him. I think so too. You need to run. I do want to run. Yes, I need to run and I want to run. I think I'm about to. Brian Pumper, yes, I'll let y'all say that all day. It's funny, it's okay. I believe the goal is to have the top screen to be reversed. So man, you're the only person that don't understand and we can't get everything right over here and the people that love us understand and they just fall in. Don't you understand that at this point? I don't even respond to those comments anymore because it takes us off track. And we got to keep on moving forward because we got the situation in Chicago where this Dills Nedley, yes, Dills Nedley, instead of saying deadly, and instead of saying the bad words, we use other words in New York like parts of Pig Latin. So I'll say Dills Nedley shooting or shills nooting. It sounds very stupid, right? But maybe it'll get me past so that the bots won't get me knocked off for saying certain words that you guys remember got me kicked off a few weeks ago. So I'm trying my best here to not say certain words that triggered them to kick us off and finish the show too early. So we got this Dills Nedley shills nooting over a car sale that prompts sticky situation in Chicago. Now you guys understand the method to the madness of why I say those foolish sounding words. I just have no other choice. And I'll take the hit for that. Let's go.
The Auburn Gresham neighborhood as SWAT teams remain in a standoff there.
Police say a man suspected of shooting and killing another man is now barricading himself in his home, and he's been there for several hours. Marissa Perlman live at 78th and Paulina on that scene, tracking so far what we know. Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning to you, Chris and Dana. We know police say they responded to a call of a shooting in this neighborhood just after midnight. This has been ongoing ever since. Now, we know we are at the corner of 79th and Ashland. This is actually about 2 blocks away from where this is all going on. That gives you a little bit of a perspective of how big, how vast this police response has been. And right now, the building in question is surrounded. Now, a few minutes ago, we saw a shift change. SWAT officers arming up and brought in as reinforcement here. That tells you just how long this has been going on. And here's what we know about exactly how this started. After about midnight, we know a 26-year-old man was meeting with that suspected shooter to sell a car. Once the man arrived on scene, the suspect pulled out a gun and started shooting at the victim. The 26-year-old was shot in the head and was taken to an area hospital where he died. A witness tells police that the shooter ran into a building here at 79th and Paulina. Whether that is a residential building or a business here is still unclear. Again, that's at 79th and Paulina, and that is where the Chicago Police SWAT team and this large police presence has been going on this morning. It's not clear if anyone else is inside the building alongside that suspect as we speak. Again, Chicago Police involved in this very active SWAT situation here this morning in this business district here in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. We'll keep you posted here throughout the morning as this is ongoing. For now, we're live in Auburn Gresham. I'm Marissa Perlman, CBS News Chicago. Back.
Yeah, so my question, I only have one question if you guys heard everything, because it don't take me long to find the funny or to find the question. How the hell are you going to buy a car at 12 o'clock at night? Why the hell are you going to buy a car at 12 o'clock at night? Don't make no sense, do it. How about I see you over by the precinct? We're going to meet over there in the parking lot. How about that? Oh, no, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Okay, good. How about this? Vroom, I'm out of here. What? Talking about going to buy a car, probably with cash, at 12 o'clock at night? Yeah, I'm good. Do me a favor. Yeah, you want me to meet you at 12 o'clock at night to give you some money for a car? Get my bags, meet me at the airport. I might just be there. What y'all got for me in these comments about this thunted situation? Here we go. We got cookies and cream, concierge looking. Oh, let's get him up out of here. We got to get Jacob. We got to get John Jacob up out of here. I like the jokes, but I ain't got no time to play right now because I've been working too much. Been working too much and stacking this deck too crazy. So where you at, John Jacob? Let's get you up in here. John Jacob, Jingle was his name. Bang! His name was my name too. Feel bad you got to go, but we ain't playing right now because we got to get to these clips and keep it moving. Y'all do me a favor. Let's try to stay on topic. And if you got jokes, let them be funny. We got to keep on moving over here. Now, what we got? We got Washington come to the front of the stage because Washington, yes, come to the front of the stage. I couldn't care less Trump brushes off this little situation when he's asked about people protesting at certain events. Just letting you know what's going on here. I always find the clips. I find every single part. If because you guys might say, hey, he didn't cover that part. He didn't cover this part. I'm covering everything.
Who is?
It's been reported that some actors may be boycotting tonight.
I couldn't care less, honestly. All I do is run the country well. The economic numbers, you saw them today, they're setting records. We took $88 billion in tariffs in 2 months, far beyond what anybody expected. There's no inflation. People are happy. People are wealthy. The country is getting back to strength again. That's what I care about. And we're going to have a safe country. We're not going to have what would have happened in Los Angeles. Remember, if I wasn't there, if I didn't act quickly on that, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground right now. Thank you.
And now we got Carolyn Levitt. She was being a little bit snappy. What's up with this section right here, Bugatti, where you got these, people being real snappy? Got these people like Carolyn Levitt being snappy now, as she was asked a question about from a reporter about a question about the protesters as well.
Warned that any protests on Saturday would be met with force. Can you clarify what kind of protest President Trump does support or find acceptable?
The president absolutely supports peaceful protests. He supports the First Amendment. He supports the right of Americans to make their voices heard. He does not support violence of any kind. He does not support assaulting law enforcement officers who are simply trying to do their job. It's very clear for the president what he supports and what he does not. Unfortunately for Democrats, that line has not been made clear, and they've allowed this unrest and this violence to continue, and the president has had to step in.
What question? So if there were peaceful protests on Saturday for the Guillotine Parade, President Trump would allow that?
Of course the president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid question. Raquel.
President.
Now, what's up with them last few words? Come on now, Levitt. Them last 2 words right there. What a stupid question. Come on, we heard that. Like, try to hit a little gut blow right there. So first you got Trump being snappy, then you got her being snappy. Come on, y'all. No need to be snappy. Even if the questions aren't to your liking. Come on. Be a little nice there. Be a little nice. We're going to keep on moving forward. What a stupid question. I know she was like, damn, girl, okay, I ain't asking her nothing else. I'm going to wait. She probably shouldn't ask nothing for the rest of the interview, right? Let me keep on moving forward, you guys, because Trump and Elon Musk, they actually had a phone call, and the chief of staff stepped in on their phone call. Said it went pretty good. They're trying to smooth things over. You can't just expect people to have beef all the time. Sometimes friends, you go through things. Let me ask you guys, you ever have a friend, y'all get into an argument, and then you like, I ain't talking to you no more. And then y'all go back and forth, and you starting to tell all their dirt and everything like that, and they get out, and the next thing you know, y'all see each other, and it's just y'all two, and y'all start being cool again, and then you realize y'all shouldn't have did what y'all did. Things happen sometimes. I don't know if this situation and relationship is the same or if they both did it for positioning to get themselves better with their businesses and financially. I have no idea. What do you guys think about it? I'm going to show you guys right now because they're basically saying that they actually did have a phone call and they spoke for a while. Let's get into it, y'all.
Drama over the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, remember that? President Trump says he has not thought too hard about getting a formal apology for Elon Musk, who, by the way, roasted the bill, after they reportedly spoke over the phone on Monday.
Alexandria Hoff is at the White House with all the details. Hey, Alexandria.
Hi, good morning to you. Yeah, fortunately for Elon Musk, he clearly developed a good rapport, good working relationship with several key members of the administration during his 130 days while he was working with it. One of those being White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. The New York Times reports that Wiles and Musk actually spoke on Friday, as well as Musk and Vice President Vance, about a path to a truce with the president. This gave way to the reported Monday night phone call between President Trump and Elon Musk. Vance said at the Kennedy Center last night, I think it's in the best interest of the whole country for one of the country's great entrepreneurs to also be supportive of the president, to also be supportive of the president and our agenda. If he doesn't, I think that will ultimately be Elon Musk's loss, but I suspect that Elon Musk very much wants to be on the team. Now, Monday's reported phone call led to the billionaire expressing regret over the social media sledgehammer he had deployed. He said, I regret some of the posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. Now, the president told the New York Post that he appreciated the sentiment, saying this last night. hasn't thought too much about it. Well, overall, the president explained the situation to New York Post columnist Miranda Devine. Listen to this.
Could you reconcile with him? Do you think, could you forgive him?
I guess I could, but we have to straighten out the country.
Yeah.
And my sole function now is getting this country back to a level higher than it's ever been. And I think we can do that.
Yeah, the president has been very measured, really, in his responses to Elon Musk, the questions he has fielded about that relationship. And Musk, in recent days, has taken to X this time to show some support for President Trump and the work that he's been doing to kind of quell the fires in Los Angeles. Guys.
All right. Thanks, Alexandria.
I think it might be too little too late. I can't really see him going back in and being the head of Doge again either, as they said that he might come back certain times to pop in and do certain things from outside. Can't see that happen. I think that ship has sailed, and Trump is trying to just be cordial, and Elon is probably trying to make his best efforts to remedy the relationship as best as he can. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you think about it. What y'all got over here? This guy watches mainstream media. Okay, yeah, whatever. What else you got over here? Come on. What else you got? Come on. Let's get rid of this dude because he ain't got nothing to say. Let's get rid of the media guy with the laughing face. You got nothing but jokes. Oh, there we go. Let's get you out of here. Boom! Out of here. Okay, because you don't understand what the show is about. And that's right. Do yourself a favor, you guys. Go ahead and double tap that screen if you actually appreciate the content. If you appreciate the fact that we've been up all day making sure that we pool this, sequence it, make sure that we know what we're talking about before we bring it up, put on all types of suits and measures so that we make sure that we look good and presentable for you guys around the entire world. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. This is our bottom line. We have some of the best co-hosts in the world. Could not make this show happen without you. So do yourself a favor, and us. If you appreciate the content, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, we're trying to get our subscribers up. Please go ahead and get those numbers up. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member. Yes, we also do this every single day, so we also do other things. Do me another favor. Hit that bell down there to turn on post notifications. That will let you know every time that we're on. We're going to keep on moving forward right now because now we got to go over to Fort Lauderdale. Anybody from Fort Lauderdale, come on over here, Fort Lauderdale, especially if you drive a G-Wagon. Because your G-Wagon, might be getting put up and rolled out as far as what's going on in Fort Lauderdale. Be very careful if you have a G-Wagon. If you're parking in common parking lots and things of that nature, they're being highly sought after by thieves. Come on over to Fort Lauderdale, you guys. Let's see what's going on over here. Got to get you guys fully rounded. All the information that I can possibly get you before you roll out. Let's go.
County Sheriff and...
Nope, not that one. We got the next one coming up. We're going to do that one next. Let's go.
Arrests after a high-priced heist in Fort Lauderdale.
A G-Wagon stolen right out of a parking garage. And it's not the first time it's happened. Local 10's Christian De La Rosa live in Fort Lauderdale with Who's Behind Bars. Christian.
Our friends at home will remember we brought you the story last night exclusively of the G-Wagon being stolen from this parking garage. Tonight, we're talking about 5 arrests. 4 men and a teenager busted in connection to the theft of a G-Wagon from a parking garage in Fort Lauderdale.
To get a car out without the key, get it stripped, and set up a sale in less than 48 hours. They're efficient, and that's kind of scary.
It was still daylight just before 8 p.m. Monday. Surveillance video obtained by Local 10 News shows the crooks exiting the controlled access parking at 100 Northeast 3rd Avenue.
Sometimes they'll use what's called a reprogrammer. You can buy them online, unfortunately. You can buy them online. That's what they're doing. You're able to start the vehicle, get into the vehicle and start the vehicle and drive it away with the reprogrammer.
That's scary.
Yes.
Another G-Wagon at a nearby building was also stolen in similar fashion back in late March. Sergeant Patrick O'Brien with the Fort Lauderdale Police Auto Theft Unit says both cases are part of a broader crime trend.
And what they're doing is they're taking the vehicles and they're selling them for about a quarter of the value, mostly on encrypted apps like WhatsApp.
Fort Lauderdale and Miami police detectives making the arrests Wednesday. The 2020 white G-Wagon stolen Monday night was recovered in Miami. 19-year-old Jayshawn Alexis, 18-year-old Kaquan Burton, and 16-year-old Deveda Hines are being charged for stealing the luxury vehicle.
The vehicle's GPS was ripped out, laying on the back seat.
Police say 36-year-old James Quartz and 37-year-old Jonathan Testayuti are suspected of trying to buy the stolen G-Wagon. So what can you do to protect yourself? Well, first, don't leave your keys in your car. Police say too many people do that. There's also a device called a kill switch. And then there's the old school stick or club that you use to lock your steering wheel. A lot of people used to use it in the 90s. It can be a pain to use, but of course it's an even bigger pain to have your vehicle stolen. Live in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Christian De La Rosa.
You mean to tell me the club is coming back? Something as antiquated as the club is the only thing that can save a G-Wagon from being stolen? This is crazy. Let's go on over to Alabama, you guys, because we got this chief deputy, the chief and the deputy that was indicted. Yes, the people that's supposed to be authority and taking over and making sure that we're safe, they just got indicted in Alabama. Come on, Alabamans. Anybody from Alabama? Come on, y'all. Check this out.
Chief deputy have been indicted by a grand jury. Good evening, I'm Sherry Jackson.
And I'm Carly Lang. They were arrested this morning. The charges stem from the Walker County Sheriff's Office allegedly employing non-certified police officers. We have team coverage of the indictments tonight. Our Maddie McQueen has reaction from the community. But first, we begin with CBS 42's Scott Menshaw. He joins us now live from the Sheriff's Office. Scott, what all led up to these indictments?
Well, Carly, as you mentioned, these are relating to 6 officers who the Walker County Sheriff's Office allegedly hired and employed who are not APOS certified, which means they aren't eligible to be law enforcement officers here in Alabama. Now, 4 of those 6, according to the indictments, were school resource officers, which the indictment states Nick Smith knew they weren't allowed to be. Tonight, warrants have been executed against Walker County Sheriff Nick Smith and Chief Deputy Ralph Williams. They stem from grand jury indictments that charge Smith with 6 misdemeanor counts of violating Article of Standards for employing law enforcement officers. The indictment states 4 of those officers worked in Walker County schools as school resource officers, carrying guns and wearing uniforms, which none of them were certified to do. It says the other 2 were employed as deputies, carrying out duties of a law enforcement officer, which they were not certified to do. The indictment states Sheriff Smith had knowledge of the men's ineligibility to serve. Chief Deputy Ralph Williams is facing 1 count of false and or misleading information. His indictment alleges Williams lied to APOST, saying one of the men serving as a deputy had been terminated, when in fact he was still working for the Walker County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, man.
Carly, Sherry.
So we basically had unauthorized people in the Sheriff's Department of Alabama, also with school safety and dealing with the children. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to get right in Alabama. You serious? And somebody blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. There, they found out because somebody probably told it. Somebody probably told about that situation right there. We got this situation that's pretty terrible right here coming up, you guys. I don't even want to report it. It's another one of these situations that I do not want to report. It's about an Alabama man who's going to be sentenced in Michigan for sex extortion. I probably can get off with saying that. Sex extortion. It's a case that caused a teen to finish himself, to unalive himself. Very serious point right here. You guys be careful with your children. Make sure that you're monitoring all sorts of dating apps, even TikTok, whatever it is, you got to pay attention because you have people overseas and in other countries that are out to harm our children. Be careful with this. I want you guys to see this. This is something that I want you guys to check out what's going on here because pretty bad situation, but if we can use this to educate more people, it can turn out to be a good thing. Let's go. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's check this out.
Hoping to see justice today for their son who was exploited and eventually took his own life. Another person connected to a cruel scheme will learn how many years they could go to prison for.
A Michigan teenager tricked into sending nude photos of himself and then asked to hand over money or else.
And then under the pressure, Jordan DeMay took his own life.
It's a story we've been following since 2022. The FBI tracked down two brothers from Nigeria in this, extraditing them to Michigan. The pair were sentenced to 17 and a half years.
However, the Nigerian men did have help from 5 people in the United States. And today, one of those defendants is expected to learn how much time they'll spend in jail, if any time at all. Local 4's Shantae Passmore joins us now live with why the defense believes the sentencing should be lowered.
Well, Rhonda and Jason, we have to remember first and foremost that this is a landmark case. We're talking about the masterminds behind this crime originating from a world away. But one of the American co-defendants outlines in these court documents how he had no idea what was going on. And this morning, why he's making the case for leniency.
A charismatic smile. At 17, Jordan DeMay's star was about to soar.
You know, watching my other children grow up, they have characteristics of Jordan that remind me of him all the time.
However, the Marquette teen's light dimmed when he took his life.
17-year-old Jordan DeMay sent sexually explicit images on Instagram to who he thought was a girl. When he couldn't pay $1,000 the crooks were asking for to keep the photos a secret.
While these Nigerian brothers received high-profile attention, officials also charged 5 Americans in connection to the sextortion scheme for money laundering. Dinsmore Guyton Robinson, one of them. Court documents reveal why the defense believed the 30-year-old Alabama man was also a target by the co-defendants because of his technological prowess and that he could be trusted. His role: transfer money between accounts. July 2024 is the first time he heard about the details concerning the source of money from federal agents. Following his arrest, the defense claims the Alabama man, who has no criminal history, helped the feds and pled guilty. What's the legal team asking for? Probation or home confinement?
And the defense also attached several letters from Robinson's family, friends, community leaders, highlighting his character. That hearing is scheduled for 3 p.m. today. We did reach out to the Western District of Michigan, but did not hear back for a comment.
We got a lot of people in the comments that have a lot of smart comments. I see a lot of people saying, that many like to blame video games. Many blame everything except the parents. And you guys are spot on with that. Spot on. Because you have to pay more attention to what's going on in your children's lives, especially when it comes down to surfing the internet. I know it might be hard. She may have had 4 children, probably worked and stuff like that. And once they get older at 17, who's going to want their parent to touch their phone and look at some apps? So you got to look at that part too, guys. Terrible situation. I pray for the soul of the person who lost his life, as well as the parents and the siblings of this child. And we hope that the family can get strength and the soul to be accepted into heaven. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. First time I've heard about this story. Some people in the comments are saying that they heard about it before. And it actually, they've been following it. I see that. We're gonna go. My grands are always monitored. Yes, that's right, you guys. Thank you so much. That's a very sad situation. What else we got here? Why the fuck you dress like that? Because I feel like it. I just subscribed and I double tap that screen. Thank you guys so much, because we gotta move. We gotta keep on moving forward. Because you know what we got here? We got people that need to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like that person right there that just said. We got people that need to double tap that screen and get those likes up to let everybody know the content that we got going out here. Even if it's some stuff that you heard about in the past, you didn't know that I had the update on what's going on, right? So that's why we pull the information from all around the world as much as I can. A lot of times it's bad information. A lot of times it might be good. Don't blame me for what's going on in the world. I am but a vessel. Yes, you can watch these videos yourself on your own phone, but you can't have the community and the place to drop your comments where other people can go back and forth with you. That's what our bottom line is about. So if you appreciate the content, go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up. And please subscribe to the channel, y'all. We pretty good over here. We ain't nothing but the #1 channel from 6 o'clock until. How about that? Go ask YouTube, ask anybody else, because we running it up over here. Yeah, we got the best co-hosts on YouTube, and that's how we get down. And you can't beat that with a bat. Just like you can't beat this Thuntadun. Thuntadun. It's not dun-dun. Y'all saying it wrong. Whoever says dun-dun, you're saying it wrong. Thank you so much, Incubus. Incubus for the $2 super chat says, have a blessed day. We appreciate everything. Everybody show some love for Incubus because $2 is better than nothing. You can at least rub them together. Like I always tell you guys, you know, we got some coffee in the kitchen, so don't worry too much about that. But we really like to get those likes up to get more people over here. But if you got it, it's Friday. We appreciate it. Doom, 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 doom. I just got paid. Just got paid. Friday night, parties jumping, music's right, booty shaking all around. Poured one drink, now I'm getting down. Want me to keep going? Check the mirror, I'm looking fly. Got all the posse, jump in my ride. Let me stop. I got to keep on moving forward, y'all. Let's keep on moving forward because right now we got this Thuntadun of the Year award is going out to this genius suspect who officials say he was running from the police, y'all, and he ran onto a maximum security prison. You only gonna get this here because you only gonna get it from your boy Bugatti. You know how I do. I always gotta find that heat for us to check out. And here we go. Thuntadun of the Year award goes to this man in Atlanta right here.
On I-75 recently.
As Fox 5's Doug Evans report, a wrong turn onto a prison property led to that man's capture.
In his run from the law here in Butts County, Michael Brown blundered onto the property of a maximum security prison, which also houses Georgia's death row. They also have bloodhounds here, some of the best tracking dogs in the state. It was the Butts County Sheriff's Office Crime Suppression Unit that pulled over Michael Brown Jr. on I-75 recently. The deputies reported the strong smell of marijuana coming from his car and intended on detaining him while they searched his car. Apparently, Brown had a different plan.
Step over here. I want you to get hit by everybody. Come here. I got it. Seize the dog.
Deputies say Brown made a tactical error when he crossed over I-75 to the east. That put him in the wooded property of the Georgia Diagnostic and Classification State Prison, maximum security, and home to Georgia's death row. And that added new players to the manhunt, state prison K-9 teams, and within a few hours, Brown was back in custody.
With assistance of the Georgia Department of Corrections and their bloodhounds, which was great. It was phenomenal. We couldn't do it without those guys' help.
Deputies say they found a pound of meth buried in the woods while on Brown's trail. They believe it was his. They say they've charged him with trafficking in meth. Deputies say Brown was just released from state prison back in February. Found himself on the run on prison property with prison bloodhounds on his heels.
They're welcoming him back home because he just got out of prison back in February.
One of the things that happens here is that this is the primary intake for new prisoners in the state. They come here for evaluation before being assigned to the prison where they'll serve out their sentence. We're told that as a former state inmate, likely Michael Brown has been here before and even may end up here again if found guilty of these new charges. I'm Doug Evans, Fox 5 News in Jackson.
Have the body.
Thuntadun of the Year award goes out to him. Yes, he decided to run on the property of a prison. That's right, y'all. What y'all got to say about the Thuntadun of the Year award? I see y'all laughing in the comments. I see y'all. What y'all got for me over here? What y'all got? I hope your life gets better when you stop putting people down, whatever. Tracking. Let's get you out of here so you can't come back tomorrow or ever again. Let's get you out of here. Let me see, tracking. Let's get you out of here. Yeah, let's bang out of there so you can never come back. Okay, what else we got over here? We got Breeze says, I remember this. We got Rebecca dying laughing. Jeffrey says, if it weren't bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. Natalie says, not where you want to run to. He's at, okay, what else? Hillbilly Co kills name. Ha ha. Okay, talk about volunteer criminal, right? Jail. Oh dang, he went right back. You cannot. What you can't. Yeah. He's done time. He's done time. You can see that, right? He's done some time before. Okay, what do we got here? We got a super chat from Liberty and Justice. We're going to appreciate that. What we got from Liberty and Justice? We got the 199 super chat. We want to thank you so much for that, Liberty. What you got to say over here? You make my mornings better. Thank you, Bugatti. Thank you so much, Incubus. Boom! That's right, you guys. And y'all know what it is, right? Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's go ahead and get those likes up because y'all already know the #1 show at 6 o'clock. And I don't even got a front. It's not because of me. It's because of us. Because I ain't nothing without y'all. Especially when y'all be making jokes and make me laugh like crazy. I keep that energy all day. And I want you guys to keep that energy. It's Friday. I do not want you guys to work for the weekend. I want you guys to be here Monday. I say that every time because people do crazy things on the weekend because they happy that they got the weekend off. Because they happy that they don't got to see their boss tomorrow. How about just have a good day today, work hard, tomorrow get up, enjoy Saturday, Sunday, come on back for Purple Sunday, even though we working tomorrow, and just keep on flowing, you guys. Let's work for longevity in our lives, not just for a moment. We all are very educated, smart people here because you're still here, and I know that for a fact. Also, trying to get those subscribers up. I keep on saying it because we want those numbers to run up. Trying to get them to over 30 or 40,000 subscribers as well as members. So do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, do me a favor. You guys got a promotion going on. You might have a small business, a car dealership. You could be a mobile dog groomer. Whatever you got going on, you may have a poster. Send it on over to us. We're going to put it in the post area where you see that photo sitting there. Yeah, the post area where I can put all your information about your business as well as your flyer to get you some more business because we share the platform. It's not just about me. It's about all of us. Also, that's right. We're going to be in Long Island on the 27th of this month at Wines and Liquors. That's right. The address is it's going to be in the description for the Show Your Talent Search tasting. We're going to be doing a tasting and letting you guys taste Big Drip Hard Punch. So yes, Bugatti NYC, myself, I will be hosting this event. It's going to be in Long Island, New York. Are you guys going to come out and hang out with me? I want to know. You guys let me know in the comments if you're in New York, if you're going to be here on the 27th. Pull up because the address is in the description. Long Island, I'm going to be there. I want you guys to taste that Big Drip Hard Punch. Do me that favor, you guys. That's what we're going to be doing on the 27th of this month. I'm going to be there with the purple Sunday on, ready to be hosting and giving you guys sips. You guys will be able to hang out with me, ask some questions, take some flicks, go live directly from there because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going live from the location that's in the description. Also, if you're trying to make some money, yes, go into the description and find yourself a survey that's going to be up to probably $500. That's right, you guys. Fill out a survey. You'll make some money. I'll make some money too. That's right, you guys. We show love around here. That's what we do all day. I will see you guys tomorrow for what? Saturday morning. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Get 'em. One. Peace.